Hello guys and welcome back. So you would be happy to know that this is going to be the last lecture of this Ansible beginners to intermediate course. So once you are done with this exercise, so I would be assuming that you all will be very well versed with Ansible by now, and you can take your Ansible journey ahead into your scripting world and can use it in your day-to-day life at your workplace and or else at your own projects and everything. So let's move on and start with today's exercises. That is, the labs will be on roles and collections. So there are two exercises that I have planned out. One will be using roles and one will be using collections. And we will see real life use cases, how to use them inside our Ansible script and make the code more robust, more reusable, and it's very clean and like hierarchically, it will be very straightforward and very easy to read as well. So let's go through the first exercise. So what we it states is we want to create an entire project directory named my project and with subdirectories, configs, logs, and data using Ansible roles under of slash opt directory. So let's move ahead. As we have seen in the last lecture, so I will be using the same setup that we have been using from the entire course. And so let's start. So as we have learned that all the roles that we develop should go under the roles directory. So first what we will do is create a new folder, okay, and name it as roles. And under roles, we have to give some name at what the role is going to do. Okay. So what we will do is we'll give one more folder inside it. Say, for example, the folder's name is project setup. Now this folder name becomes the role name. Okay. And under this project, that is under this roles name, we can set up multiple folders and specify the handlers, templates, tasks, and then variables in every each folder. So it will be unique for that role itself. So I will create a new folder under project setup and just mention tasks. Okay. And under task, we can start up with our all the tasks that this role should perform whenever this role is called out from the main Ansible script. So first, what we will do, we will code the main playbook itself from where the roles for the specific project setup role will be called up. Okay. So the same format as usual. So we will first give the name of the play. Let's say, for example, setup project directory. That will be my name of the play. Okay. And hosts, I will be using the local host itself as we don't have many hosts with us. And we need access privileges because we want to set up make new directories onto the OPT folder. So, and let's give some variables. So, let's take an approach like this that we will give the base project directory from the variable itself. So it will be much easier to pass on, and we will see an example of variables as well over here. So let's try to cover most of the topics that we have learned inside one coding exercise. So let's give the path of the project directory. Yeah. So base project directory and what the path is. So we have it's mentioned in the lab exercise itself that under OPT directory, we want to create a directory named my project. Okay. So we will do that. So slash OPT, that's slash OPT slash my project. So this will be my base path of the project. If you want to see, I am in the OPT folder itself, but the directory has not yet been created. So that task we are going to automate using Ansible. So inside the my project, so here my project directory will automatically come through Ansible, and inside that we want to create the configs, logs, and data directory. So we will do that through Ansible. So we will come back to the screen after once the Ansible script is run to verify if everything has gone right or not. So finally, when using roles, we don't need tasks as there will be individual tasks present inside the roles directory. So here only we have to mention which role we need to run. So I have created a role that is project setup. So I will mention that over here, project underscore setup. So that will be all for my main Ansible script. So I will save this and keep it aside for now. Okay. So let's start with the main tasks to create this the main project directory and subdirectories. So what I will do, I will under the tasks folder in the roles, I will create a new file and give any name, say main.yaml. Okay. So this will be the main task that will run when this playbook will reach to this role, and it will trigger the all the tasks which are present inside the directory, that roles directory. So here now we need a different the main code. Okay, so let's give a name. I will say create base as well as base and subdirectories. That will be my place name. Now, what we have to do is first we will need to create the base project directory. So for that, we can use the module we have seen previously, that is file. So what file does is it creates directories as well as files, whatever we mentioned. So that syntax will be under file, we need to give a path. So the path we have already mentioned in the variable. So it will be automatically, it will be readily available for us in the main task. So I can just use Ginger templating over here and let me give in quotes. Okay. And mention the same variable name that I have given over here. So I will just copy paste it and paste over here. Okay. And that's done. So the path is our base project directory, and base project directory's path is /opt/my project. So that should create out my own. And the state is and it's a directory, not a file. So that should be mentioned explicitly. And just for permission purposes, I have to give the mode, that is, I will just mention 0755. So that will have the right access to for us to view and read as well. Okay, so that is my first task. So I have created the base directory. Sorry, not some. I have created the base directory for our first lab exercise. Okay, now after that, base directory is created. Now I need to create what's mentioned is I need to create configs, logs, and data directory. So what I will do is I will create a new task. Okay, and mention, say name, create subdirectories. All right. So I will use the same module. That is, like, what we will do is we'll copy paste this entire thing because it is almost the same. So now what will change over here is we will need ahead of the base directory, after slash, we will need the specific folder's name, that is configs, logs, and data. So instead of creating three different tasks for these three different directories, we can use the loop, that loop module that we have learned previously in the previous lectures. So that will come handy for us. So first we want to create configs folder, that will be one item. Then we want to create the logs folder, that will be one item. And finally we want to create the data folder, that will be the last item. Okay. And I can pass the same name over here using item. So item here specifies it will go for through the entire loop, and every entry will become one item over here, and it will go ahead and pass it through the path. So that should be it for us. So let me save it first, and let's go ahead and run our main script. So hopefully what it should do is come to this folder and create a my project directory, and inside it create another three directories. So let's run it. Oh, I mentioned sudo Ansible playbook playbook.yaml. Yeah, I will give the password. Okay, it has started running. You can see quickly it has made a few changes. So what did it do is it went through the create base directory task. It went ahead and changed something over there. Then it went to the create subdirectories task, and it went ahead and changed it something over there. So let's go ahead first and verify Now you can see now there is a new folder that has appeared over here. That is my project. So that was our desired project directory. And inside it, we have got three other different directories. That is configs, data, and log. So that was our main lab exercises desired output. So you can go ahead and try it out on your own and let me know. So for now, I can mark this exercise as done. So first, let me just clear it and I'll mark it as done. So we have created my project directory, and inside it, we have created configs, logs, and data just from using a role. That is, I mentioned a role and it went ahead in my main Ansible script. So this, what it does is it makes our code more robust, more readable. And if we share our code with anyone, so they can easily read up the code on their own and get to do their own changes and understand it in a more better way. So that's why rules are used to, simplify complex tasks for us. Okay, that was our first exercise. So let's move on to the second exercise now. Now, what we have to do is we have to create an archive of the entire /var/logs directory in zip format using some Ansible collection. Okay. So I have mentioned that collections are pre or ready-made piece of code or piece of collection that we get through Ansible repository. It's an open source repository where people upload their own code so that we can use it and reuse their code instead of setting up everything from scratch. And we don't have to do or have to go through the same tasks again and again. And we can move ahead with our desired scripting output that we want. So I will just give you a quick demo of Ansible Galaxy before that. So over here, when you come to galaxy.ansible.com, you get you can go under collections. So as we have seen roles as well. So we have a roles directory as well, and whichever roles you want and you feel, you can search for it. That what is your purpose of that role, and you might get the relevant role for you as well, and you can download it. That is, you can install it using Ansible Galaxy as well. So for now, there is an Ansible collection. So whichever you need. Now we want to archive something. So you can type the keyword over here and you might get the desired output. And you can just simply go ahead, go through the documentation. Now I know that there is a general community which gives these simple day-to-day tasks like getting date or time, like archiving or changing the host names or changing the configuration files. These all basic things are present in the general Ansible communities collection. So I can go to the documentation. Now what I want to achieve is I want to get the archive of something. Okay, so I will search in the documentation if there is a module for archiving. So yes, I got a module for archiving. So I will come over here. There is a complete list of documentation, so which you can refer to before moving ahead, and what you want to achieve. You can easily get through this by reading this documentation. So I will just quickly go to the examples. So I can see how this module is exactly used to achieve what I want. So I can see that just under your tasks, you can use the module directly, that is community.general. And this is the module that we have derived through the collection. That is community.general is the collection and archive is the module present inside that. So can see there is a path and there is a destination, and we can then directly compress it in whichever format we want. Now I can see the thing that we want in our lab exercise, that we want to create a zip archive. So what we need to do is we use community.general.archive, give the path of our that we want to compress. That in our case, that is /var/logs, and format we have to give as zip. So let's go on and move ahead quickly. So for one more thing before that, if you want to install a collection into your Ansible machine from where you are running, you can come to this install subsection. You will get the command over there to how to install a the specific collection. Let me just refresh for some reason. Okay. So what is the command that we have to mention? Ansible Galaxy is the default repository that we use. Then mention collection as it's a collection, then install and community.general. So we'll do that quickly. What they have mentioned. Ansible Galaxy. For the spelling mistakes. Virtual machines can become slow sometimes. So sorry, just bear with me for some time. Let's see. And collections and install. Sorry. Or community dot general. So this is the collections name, and we will press enter. Once we have entered this, sorry, the spelling mistake. Okay. So I have already installed it. So it's showing that nothing to do. All requested collections are already installed. But might be in your case, it's not already present. So you can go ahead and mention this command, and the community.general will automatically get installed. And all the files will be present in the collections for you. So this is globally present for us now. So let's go ahead and start coding. So we'll code from scratch again. So what is our purpose? That we want to create archive of log directory that we want to achieve from this lab exercise. Okay. And we mentioned the hosts, and the host is again localhost. We want root privileges, we want to create a file, so become yes. Now we want to mention which collection we want to use going ahead in the task. So we want to mention a parameter that is collection, and it's again a list. So we mention it with a dash and mention the collection that we are going to use. So that's community.general. Okay, this is the only single collection that I'm going to use. So I will close this and start with my tasks. So tasks again is a collection of lists. So let's name the task. So create archive of log. That is my task. So now I want to use the module. So what is the documentation say to me? So I will search for archive, and what is the module name that we have to use? Community.general.archive. Okay. So that I'm going to use community dot general dot archive. Okay. And under that, I want to give the path. So path is /var/log. Okay. And format, in which format I want this archive to happen, is zip. And what is the destination? Let's say we will paste this in this directory itself. So I will give // and give the file name which I want. Okay. This can be anything custom. So I will give /var_log.zip. So that will be my file that will be created in this directory itself. And I will mention the owner also so that we can extract it. So that will be my current user, that is OS boxes. Okay. So hope this is straight enough. I will explain it again. So we mentioned the collection that we want to use under the collections parameter, and I mentioned it's a list in the list format. So I will mention the collection list, that is community.general. Then under tasks, I will refer to the documentation that is present over here. Take for maybe from the example or the main documentation where all the variables or parameters are present. Then I understood that I want to use the archive module for this. So I'll use that, give the path for it, give the format, in which format I want to archive, then give the destination where I want to save the archive, and mention the owner. Okay, straightforward. Let's first clear this and run the code. So let's run the script. Sorry, just bear with me for a second. Okay, it has started. You can see something has appeared over here. That is the zip folder has appeared, and that is annotated by the changed thing that it went through the create archive of log directory task, and it created a log file for sorry the zip file for us of the entire log directory. Now this has not been done with our scripts or something that is internally present. We use a collection for this. That is, there is pre-made modules for something that we want to achieve it. We just you grabbed it from the internet and used it for our own purpose. So let's go ahead and check what has exactly been zipped. So this is under my this directory. So I will just unzip it. You can see var underscore log. This folder has been unzipped over here. And if I go under logs, we can see everything that is present. Now this is the same data that is present under that is under slash var slash log. So this has been zipped over here successfully. So that was our final. So we are done with the lab, both the lab exercises. I can mention this as done. All right. So we are done with the lab exercises and also with this entire Ansible course. So going ahead now, Ansible is very easy to use and straightforward tool to use. So you can go ahead and practice it on your own. And also the journey ahead is also something that cannot be taught. So you need to explore it on your own and on yourself. Go through the repositories, go through sample exercises and coding exercises, and try to create something on your own or try to automate something on your own. That's the only way you can go move ahead with your Ansible journey. And I wish you all the very best with Ansible as well as your technical career. And that's all from my end. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this course. Please drop down in the comment section what are your views on the course, any suggestions for me, or anything you felt that I have missed out on something. And definitely will reach out to you and we'll try to cover up something, whatever your doubts are or whatever you need something to be revised upon. Yeah, that's all from my end. Thank you.